Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to be looking at the Neca Back to the Future Target exclusive Tales from the Space radiation suit Marty Mcfly. This is going to be Marty Mcfly from the first film, as soon as he went to the past and he was still wearing that yellow radiation suit from the future. This is the first figure I've personally found to kick off the line, although I've read about some people finding Biff Marty and Future Marty at Walmart. This is in a really cool retro package. This was sort of based off a comic book Marty had lying around at the DeLorean when he went back. He read it and then gave a crazy story to scare his father. So let's go ahead and check out the packaging here. Fantastic. Number 8, Tales from Space. 10 cents, just like a comic cover. Back to the Future, 35th anniversary. Here is a guy in a yellow suit with a UFO type vehicle. Shocking science fiction stories. One side, Back to the Future, got the DeLorean driving away. Ultimate Marty Mcfly, Tales from Space. Same thing on the other side. At the bottom, there is a barcode, in case that helps anybody, as well as a bunch of credits. On the back, you can see the figure in several different poses. It looks like he's going to have 3 different display options with his head. And then you can see the other figures on the front. Marty, Radiation Marty, Future Marty, and Biff. Can't wait to get them all. Can't wait to get the figures from Series 2 and see what's next. This is one of Neca's ultimate figures. It's in the window box packaging. You can open the front. You can hear the cardboard one side. Here he is posed up. Other side, here he is. Can't wait for the rest of this line. Excited to check this guy out. So let's do just that. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all of his accessories laid out, and he comes with a good amount of stuff. He comes with a cassette player with some headphones attached. He comes with a hairdryer. He comes with an alternate head, totaling 2 interchangeable heads. And then he has at least 3 different display options for his hood or helmet or whatever you want to call it. So this is Marty Mcfly, played by Michael J. Fox in his radiation suit from 2 different parts of the first Back to the Future film. The first part, when he first goes back in time, and minor correction to my intro, it was the kid's comic book. They told his dad he was from space, shoot him. And then also later in the film, when he tricks his dad into asking Lorraine to the dance. Now before we look at the accessories, let's check out the actual figure. So here he is, Marty Mcfly, the first one. I will say, this first face, not looking quite so good. Yeah, he's sort of shocked, a little bit scared. I get when he first went back in time, but doesn't quite scream Michael J. Fox. He's got this visor up top that goes up and down. Very cool, got a hard hat on there. He's in his yellow radiation suit. You can see some of the sort of nuclear logos on his wrists there. Really like this outfit. I mean, it's a little bulky down here, but I think it's supposed to look that way. I can find a ton of uses for a guy in a radiation suit in my action figure world. Going further down, he's got his tennis shoes under there. He's a little bulky looking, but I am totally feeling every aspect of this thing so far. And then, here's the figure broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. So now, let's check out his accessories, and let's start off with his heads. Here are his 2 heads. One has a hard hat and visor, and one has nothing. I must say, the one with the hard hat and visor, I don't think captured the Michael J. Fox likeness very good, and the one without a little better. They both have that kind of surprised look to them, as this would be Michael J. Fox as he first went back in time, and boy was he in for a surprise. So here's his first head. This is the one with the hard hat and visor. This is one with the likeness, in my opinion, a little bit worse than the other one. So let's check it out. I will give you a suggestion. Pop that visor off before you swap heads. I almost broke it doing this. It's very easy to pop out. I think part of the problem with his face is, first of all, he has that sort of shocked expression. You can't see his hair, kind of messes up a little bit, and his cheeks are a little bit too red. Beyond that, I mean, I definitely see the likeness, but the eyebrows and the eyes, it just kind of throws it off a little bit. But this is supposed to be a unique expression for the scene. One thing's pretty cool, the visor can go up and it can go down. I like that a lot. I don't think he ever actually wore it like this without the yellow part on top, but it's really cool to have numerous display options there. I like that. And if you wanted to take it one step further, you can remove the visor and have him with just the hard hat. He definitely never appeared like this in the film. Here's his other head. This one has a little bit better likeness in my opinion. I think part of it is because you can see his hair. He still has that sort of shocked look, which throws the likeness off. But like I said before, it's from a particular scene. Cheeks a little bit too rosy, mouth open, and there's the expression with the eyes. Hair's pushed back a little bit. It looks good, and I think it looks better in person than on camera. But I'm really waiting for the standard Marty Mcfly. He looks like he has the best head. And now let's check out all of his hood attachments. Here's the first look you can make with the most assembled position. You've got the hood on there, the visor at the front, and this extra sort of shield down here. Now I had a little bit of trouble figuring out how it all goes together. I really had to look at the package for it to make sense to me. This looks great. This can be so many different things in your action figure world. The way this attaches at the bottom, just FYI, the visor sort of slides into here. The next look you can make, he's got his visor up, the hood sort of pulled back over his head. This is when he first got out of the car or stepping out of the barn. You can see it's kind of bunched up in the back there. The visor kind of holds it into place. Then you've got the little flap on the front, and that thing attaches the exact same way. And the third display option you have is for him to have taken the entire hood off and hanging down over his back. Looks like he's got nothing on. Turn around, you can see the visor, all that stuff hanging behind him. Hooks in through a little hook that goes into his collar. I think that works out pretty nicely and pretty well. The head kind of holding into place too. Now let's check out his hairdryer and cassette player. So the hairdryer here, at the top, got some gray, black, a little bit of silver. You can see the sort of grating at the front. And then it's got this wire. It's bendable. Not a bendy wire, but it can move. And it has a nice little plug there. I think that's really cool. I want to put that into an outlet. Then we've also got his cassette player here. And as a wire that attaches all the way to some headphones. 80s style. I like it. Here he is holding both his hairdryer and the cassette player. In the film, he decided to scare his father into asking his mom to the dance. He came in this radiation suit, looking like a spacesuit. He used this hairdryer as a ray gun and attached the headphones to his father, played some super loud Van Halen music, and rest in peace, Van Halen actually passed away today. But this is pretty cool. I love the props and accessories, and it's movie accurate. His hands are designed specifically to hold these accessories, and they look great. Here he is wearing the headphones himself. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to top, with the hood on, he's sitting at about 7.0 inches, which is going to translate to about 18 centimeters. And then with the hood off, he's sitting at about 6.6 inches tall, which is going to be about 17 centimeters. Now bear in mind, these figures are of the 7-inch scale, which means that somebody is 6 feet tall. They should be about 7 inches tall in figure form. Michael J. Fox was playing a teenager, a little bit shorter, a little bit younger. Now let's check out his articulation, and it does look to be a little bit limited. So, starting with his head here, can rotate from side to side, can look up and down about that much. Shoulders on a ball joint, goes out about 90 degrees, up, down, around, all that good stuff. He has no bicep cut. He's got double jointed elbows. They've got the piece of material between his forearm and sort of bicep area. That's the top part going in, and then there's the bottom part going in. It does have rotation at the top, and it has rotation at the bottom as well. Then his hands here, They can rotate, and they're hinged as well. I feel like maybe he was supposed to come with alternate hands, as these are posed just to hold his hairdryer and use the cassette player, and the package says comes with alternate head and hands. So the middle here, it's got some kind of a ball joint. This is made of a very soft material. You can see I can kind of press it in. I do want to point out the texturing is pretty nice on that. It's got a little bit of a waist swivel. There's some kind of ball joint there. It feels like he may not have a traditional body under there. I'm not going to pull this off to figure that out though. So moving forward, his legs, they're on ball joints, so you can go out about that far. They can swivel independently of the ball very nicely. He can go forward about this far, and that was something I was curious about, because if they're going to make a DeLorean, all these figures have to be able to sit down, and I'd say he can do that. Go back, really not too much. It's got single jointed knees. Go back, and about that far, not too much. Maybe they go a little further. I don't want to press it too hard right now. They also can rotate. Then his feet here, they can go up and down, and they can rotate around. And then it doesn't really seem like they can tilt at all. And I think it's so cool getting a 7-inch scale person in a full radiation suit. Not only can he be Marty Mcfly, but I can find so many other uses for him in my action figure world. He could be somebody cleaning up a radiation spill. He could be somebody working at a nuclear plant, maybe cleaning up a government mess. He could be working for AIM in the Marvel universe. He could be with your Breaking Bad figures. He kind of reminds me of the guys that you had to save near the beginning of the Arkham Knight game in those yellow suits. Just so many things I can do with a guy like this. And now, let's check this guy out compared with some other action figures. I would love to say, let's start off by comparing him to some other Back to the Future figures, but I don't have them yet. They actually just became available today on Neca's eBay and Amazon stores, so I went ahead and ordered all 3 of them, but I'm not going to have them for a few more days. Here he is, next to a couple of Mezco Breaking Bad figures in their hazmat suits. These guys are the yellow version, and they match great with this Marty Mcfly. Here he is with the same guys in their white suits. They make for some good lab technicians. And here he is next to the orange version of these guys. Actually use these for guys in a couple of prison jumpsuits. There's also a teal version of these figures, but I thought I have enough variation of them at this point. I could see this guy being pretty cool, working in a Weyland-Yutani lab in your Alien universe, using this suit so nothing can impregnate him. And here's a similar type display with a Weyland-Yutani facility. Got his research on the table here, and here he is looking at a specimen, making sure he keeps that suit on at all times. And this is very stylish for 2020. Not only does he have a facial covering, but he's in a full bodysuit to protect against the coronavirus. Next, let's check him out, compared with some action figure lines from different various companies, to see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Here he is with some of his NECA brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from NECA Toys, all 7-inch scale. And here he is with some DST, or Diamond Select Toys. And here he is with some DC Direct and DC Collectibles action figures. Then with some Mattel wrestling figures. And here he is with some Mezco 1/12 cloth soft goods action figures. Then with some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here he is next to some Mafex figures. Then with some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is with some SH Figure Arts action figures. And finally, here he is with some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, this figure is really cool. I like his sculpt. I like his accessories. The articulation could be a little better. The way the mask or hood attaches could also be a little better. It can fall apart kind of easily. And make sure you're careful with the visor. So overall, if I were to rate this guy, probably give him a 7.5 out of 10. I can just find a lot of uses for a guy in a radiation suit. That's a really cool figure to have. Now this guy kicks off the Back to the Future line. I should have more of the figures very soon. Really hope this line does well and is successful so they can go really deep into the characters. Can't wait to get a full reveal for Series 2. So this is D. Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D. Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.